Bar Heights here, live Supreme Courts, week 4 of our play dates. You can follow us at SCourtsGville. I'm joined by Coach Adam Wilson of the Susan Moore Bulldogs. Angel, pronounce it for me. Pacheco. Golly, I would miss that one. And then Logan Blackwell. Angel is a senior. Coach is in his 8th year, and Logan is going to be a junior. 4 years? 5 years?
4.
This will be your 4th year in the program.
Yes, sir.
Logan down the end. Angel, this will be your 3rd. Coach Wilson out there today got a good win. But the one, if you'll talk about just the plays, the formats, we didn't have that back in the day. But then also your bench, your team, like there were a couple of M1s, and I was over there eating a biscuit, and I was like, wow, I mean, tell me about the emotion, tell me about the energy. Seems to be exciting in your
Well,
program.
it's the first time we've had depth in 8 years, and so in the lineups I played today were not even, they're not even. Those were new combinations that I was just because we were. Summer play days, that's what you work on. You try to get different combinations of people out there. And so that was good to see. It's the first time I've ever run 5 in and 5 out.
Yeah.
I did that the whole second half. So it's nice to be able to do that. Our play days, we played a couple this summer, and I've been able to notice that the depth is paying off. The depth is huge, and it's something that we're not used to having. These guys have never, the last couple of years have never come off the floor out of necessity. Of having to be on the floor. We didn't have anybody to put in. Well, this year, I know they're not going to want to come off the floor, but they're going to be better for it down the stretch. And I'm hoping these play dates, they've seen that in the second half, because of their freshness, we've been able to assert ourselves down the stretch.
Guys, listen to what he's saying. If you can get your teammates to believe into that, you look at the Colemans, you look at the Mountain Brooks, you look at the Plainviews, you look at the Winfields back in the day over the years. Where are you down with depth? Because just like Auburn, like how Auburn tries to play, Alabama tries to play, you raise the level, you're playing so hard at that time, and you understand, I got to be fresh at the end of the game. It's a great point, Coach. So, Logan, a lot of times you, ball's in your hands a lot, and there's a lot of different things that you have to do with it, but speak to playing with this guy and like the strengths. What do you like about his game and playing with Angel as a teammate?
Just how he's out on the court. He's really smart out there. He's got knowledge for the game of basketball, and that's why I'm playing with him.
Well, you do a lot of things well. Just you can tell the IQ, just understanding this basketball play, throw it here, throw it there, but just he attacks. I like the way he attacks the game. But Angel, speak a little bit about Logan and his game and why is he so vital for this team's success?
I like playing with Logan because he runs the floor fast, and we know each other, and he can get to the spots where I want to get him. So.
Y'all did get to your spots well, but there is something to be said about like knowing each other, playing with each other, and if you can bring a couple of people with you, then you can add bodies to it. Depth's a huge deal in 3A. It is.
Because not everybody's got it.
No, everybody.
If you have it, it's something that a lot of teams don't have.
And as basketball has been raised, you don't have as many posts, so there's more opportunity for more people to get minutes if you do what have you will. All right, so Coach, this area 2 years ago you win it. Last year you're the runner-up. And it's probably considered the favorite, I would think. So what's the goal this year coming off of that runner performance last year? What does this team have to do to get better before walking into the season?
Chemistry, we brought up this year, I think we've got 3 returning, main players from last year's team, lost 5 seniors, but our JV guys that won the county tournament last year, went 20-1, and those were the guys that have stepped in to play with these 3 guys now. And so it's really getting the chemistry together, keep working, stay in the gym. Right now we don't have a ton of guys playing football, so they should be able to keep working through the fall. That's going to play a big part of it, just to keep working. And, obviously we've got weaknesses. We need to handle the ball better, a lot better. A lot of times we dribble drive a little bit too deep, get ourselves in trouble versus, picking it up that little jump stop 1 step earlier in the kickouts there. And so it's things like that that we've got to see, and it's always good intentions when you're driving, but, sometimes it takes film to see, where you're taking 1 dribble too many. And, and so there's a lot of things defensively. Our identity, I think we started changing, the program started turning around. We were a zone team for years just because of the depth and didn't have the skill. And, after last year, at the beginning of the year, I think First couple of games, we started out at Skyline, and they hammered us good against that zone. I think they probably knocked down 15, 16 threes. Went to Hayden the next game, same thing happened. Went in the locker room after the game and said, guys, we're done with the zone. And for the next 2 weeks in practice, mind you, this is still during the season, but the next 2 weeks in practice, all we did was just start working man-to-man, man-to-man, man-to-man. And that's, the assistant coach, he's moved on to go be an assistant principal somewhere now, but, he told them from that day that this man-to-man has got to be our identity. We'll build our offense off of this, and and they bought in. I think they wanted to play man-to-man, and it just sometimes as a coach you're stubborn, and everybody knows that. And coaches are stubborn and set in their ways, and but I told them I'm gonna do this as long as you buy in, and they bought in from day one. And the drills we do. That's the first 20 minutes of practice every day is just man-to-man, 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 defending screen and rolls, how we want to defend, whether we're going to hedge, whether we're going to
game-like situations.
Yes, and and so they bought into it, and I give them the credit for buying into it, and it took me to get over my stubborn ways to start with.
It's funny you bring this up. I have to bring her up. She knows who she is. She's out there watching. Little Addie, one of the girls that works with us here. So I set up our drills to do like I did a lot of these different things when we're working out, just all kinds of just different ball handling and just shooting this, that, whatever. Well, I had it set up wrong. And I think she's 8, maybe an 8-year-old called me out, whatever. Just like Coach is saying, sometimes the point is, Coach K always said, the one great quote I love from Coach K is he said, sometimes your team is not your system, and sometimes you have to adjust to your team. But I saw both of you guys nodding your head, and that was a big deal, I can tell. Like when y'all went to that man-to-man, just seeing y'all's body language right now, something changed, right? What changed, Angel?
Our energy. Just all around energy with our team. We all came together, had to start communicating a lot better.
Yeah.
And we just had a lot of better communication out of it.
Anything to add to that, Logan?
Not much, but communication, like calling out screens and
talking.
It's a big deal.
Well, there's a lot more accountability. People for so many years think zone is like a resting time, like I don't have to guard time. Well, a zone is a zone, either a good zone or a bad zone. The intensity man-to-man zone has to be there either way. So let's talk about you two guys. What Angel do you have to do, from a weakness standpoint? What is that weakness that you have in your game that you would like to work on and develop more? And what part of your game do you want to get better before the start of the season?
Probably dribbling. I need to get a lot better at dribbling. I can see the floor good, but if I can't get to the spots to make the pass, then there ain't no point.
Well, and you can see, you can see up over a lot of people you're going to pass over. And so the thing, once you start keeping us, come on, Coach, set them up here. That jump, we can get them not over penetrating, get them jump stopping and teaching how to score. That's one of Jonathan Hyde's best things that he does. So Logan, what about your weakness?
It's probably shooting. A lot of times I kind of struggle like my elbow being out, and just before the season starts, I want to make sure I'm more consistent and better out there on the floor.
It's about reps, and that's what we're trying to do here, and in y'all's local gyms too. We're all just trying to promote basketball and make it better. All right, so Coach, talk about the community a little bit. Just how the support I've always known. Winfield and Susan Moore always kind of run into each other over the years, and this or that. But just talk about the support of the community and how they support your program.
Yeah, we've got a great community, and our community supports athletics. They support anything that's going on in the Susan Moore community. We're gonna have people out. Everybody obviously knows our girls program is elite right now. And the gym. I think a few years ago, girls obviously played before the guys. The gym fills up. A lot of times when the guys' game's over, it's not they're not supporting, but people will trickle on out. And I think that's part of the motivating and driving factor for these guys.
Should be.
They want the gym to be full when they're there. I can't blame people. When we're going 3-21, I can't blame people for not wanting to sit there. But I will say, we had some rough years when I first got there, and not one time have I ever had anybody doubt me, have I ever had anybody give up on me, go to administration and say this guy's not going to be the right fit for the school. For 7 years, they've let me do my job and let me build my program, and we're finally to the point where I think we're able to sustain and compete every night. Now, are we going to win every game? No, probably we're not. That's just reality of basketball. But we can compete every single night now. You know, and that's a lot of times communities don't have that patience. And for the community to have the patience with me and these kids and these guys, it means a lot.
Last question for both of you, and just put it in your own words, a little different if you can. But what would this season mean? Reaching that goal. Whether it be regional, whether it be state championship. What is the goal? I guess is my question as a team that y'all talk about.
Our first goal is to obviously win county, go far county, then go good in the area, and then go as far as we can, and just ball out as a team.
Wow, I love that. Anything to add, Logan? Is that about it?
That's about it.
Well, and I will say, let me jump in real quick. We talked about it yesterday. It was our last official practice. For the summer. Doing this today. Now, obviously, we'll get in. Open the gym up and shoot, whatever. But I told them yesterday. Where our program's been. Our goal is obviously county and then area. But our goal beyond that, in reality, our goal the last couple of years has been to get to sub-state. Get to sub-state, we'll reevaluate. This year, our goal is, we've set our goal to get to regionals. And when we get to regionals, then we'll reevaluate and set another goal. But where we've been, I think right now, a realistic goal is regionals. And then, depending on how the season goes, when we do get to regionals, then we'll reevaluate. And, if it's to, win 2 games there, or if it's to get to Birmingham, we will reevaluate. But, right now, I think we're in a spot where I think we can get to regionals if things go the right way. It's all about matchups when you get to postseason too.
It's all about matchups, and the biggest thing I've learned about this high school stuff, especially doing all these games, is just anything can happen in high school basketball in a one-game set. Anything. And you just got to put yourself in that position to make something happen. But Coach, thank you. Coach Adam Wilson, so impressed with your energy. And guys, Susan Moore's on the come up. Pay attention to him this year. It might surprise some people. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks, Rick.